saying that if his brother did miss that overtime period against Canada, like we saw him do, it must be serious out there. And of course, Brady Tkachuk, not a doctor, but you've got to wonder the status of Matthew Tkachuk and what we're going to find out.
Game time for all of these teams and all these players that were, teammates. Now they're facing off against each other. Now they're back to being teammates, whatever it might be. Like, it's time to get things rolling back in the right direction.
HL today, only on SportsGrid.
We know the Knicks are talented. They're 37-20. It's not a bad season by any stretch. They're just not beating the upper echelon team.
This is the Knicks team right now. They're a very good team. And I'm a Knicks fan. You can't look at there and say, this team can win a championship. They're not good enough. They're not good enough defensively. Are we the New York Knicks or are we the New York Fugazis? Just forget about it.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
You have Duke the 1, Houston the 2. They're the two best defensive teams in the country. I want to see them play for the right to go to the Final Four because I think that would be a kick-ass game.
Duke is really great on both ends of the floor. They can score and they can defend, and that's why they win by big numbers all the time, because they're really good on both ends of the floor. I don't trust Houston's offense.
Pharrell coast to coast, only on SportsGrid. The Eagles got it done. If you back them, you're celebrating. Football season may be over, but the action never stops.
Are you ready for some baseball?
At SportsGrid, we're always in the game. We bring you 24/7 betting insights, expert picks, and real-time analysis. Next big play is already in motion. Are you ready? It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
And welcome in. It's in-game live game day on a terrific Tuesday. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan for the next 2 glorious hours, right up until 10 p.m. Eastern time as we cross our T's and hopefully get a couple of winners over the next 2 hours. Like they nearly had last night, if not for the pathetic Charlotte Bobcat Hornets. Otherwise, we would have hit our SGP for nearly 10-1, but thanks for nothing there, Charlotte. But we got basketball, we got NBA, we got college basketball, we got hockey, we got our SGPs day, we got our Black Clouds, full slate of action. We got Mark Zinno, we got the coach joining us tonight, and our good buddy Cam Stewart as well. So hopefully a profitable 2 hours. What's going on, my friend? How are you tonight?
Totally loaded Tuesday. I mean, it's all over the board, right? We got Zinno, then we got Coach, we got Cam to finish off that second and last segment. Full slate of college hoops. There's a lot of high numbers, though. There's a lot of high numbers favorites that we got to address. Duke is handling their business right now. No problem. Covered the first half. It closed 24. Probably going to close that. Florida, though, losing at the half. So we can put a pause on Florida being a number 1 seed if they don't get this done. But them in the second half, them in an in-game play might be the move. I wanted to ask you about that. But I'm in Laker garb tonight. It's all about the Lakers tonight. With the NBA, the Luka, the Lakers, -9 against Dallas. I don't know. I've been asking people all day, talking to people about this Luka prop. Do you think it's too high?
Yes. I'll explain in my Black Cloud, but okay. I will tell you that I was talking with Pat, one of our producers, and much to my surprise, he said more people, one of the betting sites sent out a tweet saying that more people are betting the under than the over. Now, it's at 30.5. It's a pretty fat number, but I figured they bumped that up a point or two. He averages 26.5. I say only, but, they're giving us 30.5, so they're giving us 5 points higher than what he averages. But I figured everybody would be betting the over just because it's Luka. It's a public play facing his former team. Although I must say, him playing these two teams play again next month in Dallas. That'll be when it's really pumped up. Like, the Laker fan will be excited, but, when he plays back in Dallas next month, that's when it'll be really cool. So, But I am a little surprised that, like I said, Pat said more people are betting the under than the over, because I just figured, most people bet overs on these things.
Yeah, we got to see. Be careful when you hear those reports. Sometimes, one book can be, very heavy on something. Another book, maybe not so much. So just cautious, point guard Pat. I love the guy. He's a big guy. He likes to shoot from outside. We've got to put Pat down on the block. He's got good footwork, and I know he can move on the court. We'll see. I don't know. I think a way to look at it, and we'll probably get to it in the Black Cloud and stuff, is the other guys. Like the Austin Reeves prop feels like it's reduced. Like I like his over. I feel like the Luka assist prop is more interesting if you're just going to pick one thing rather than the points. Right. Expect him to be more of a facilitator tonight and really, work more into the team. I don't know. What I saw on Saturday, I literally said the Lakers could be in the Western Conference Finals for sure. So I expect more of the same tonight.
Yeah. I wonder what good old LeBron's going to do. Is he going to put his ego aside and accept the fact that this is Luka's night? Because most people would say, all right, Luka's got to get fed the ball from LeBron, maybe play some LeBron, assist props, and LeBron's going to let him have his day in the sun, right? But then you got to take a step back. And then you got to realize it's LeBron, and God forbid anybody in the NBA should have a day, whether it's an all-star game, I'm going to quit 2 seconds before the game is supposed to start, or any other player or day. 2 hours, 2 seconds, what's the difference? Same thing. So I got a feeling maybe just LeBron is going to go for – I would go LeBron points. And let Luka be the facilitator, and then everyone can go to LeBron afterwards and talk about how great a night he had on national TV.
That's your story. You're sticking to it. I know. It's worked before.
Sticking to it.
I know. Yes, you've done this. You've done this many times. We're here every night in Game Live. Game day right here on SportsGrid. He's Scott Wetzel at Opposite Picks. I'm Dave Sharapan at SportsBK and Sig. You guys are watching the show. You enjoy the show. You know the show. Wetzel said this before. That's fine. We'll find out. I know you'll be watching it later, on the train ride home. I will 100% be watching it later. I've already, made reservations here at the Nut House, which I call the Sharapan household. I said, we're watching basketball tonight. So put all those cooking shows aside. Put all that Deal or No Deal Island, whatever that other stuff is, because we're watching the basketball. So, I hope Dallas keeps it a game. That's the other thing that I think could mess this up for a lot of those props. If it's a blowout, your man LeBron might not get his points. Luka might not get his points. But my guy Austin Reeves, I think he will.
Maybe. He might be the third wheel, all right? And he would be the one that gets the benefit of all these assists. So, and he would play, whereas the other guys wouldn't play. And we know what happened with Dallas last game. They got embarrassed from start to finish at Golden State on Sunday. So you would think, that was bad. You would think they would be in a bounce back spot, but I said that about Charlotte last night, and look what happened. One lost worse than the other. I didn't think it'd get worse than 53 points, but it did.
What about Phoenix tonight at Memphis? Coming up right now, just getting underway. Another purple team, but been getting embarrassed more on the regular than not. And the number leads you to believe that Memphis is the side, but I thought the total was a fun story. 245, 246, little high, but after the way the totals and stuff, the games have been going recently in the NBA, probably an over game.
Yeah. If you want to buy into trends, there they are. Good going, guys. I'm done with Phoenix. I'm done expecting them that they're going to turn it around. I really am. They have the second worst, check that, the worst against the spread mark in the NBA. 1937-1, including 3-9 their last 12. They can't buy a win on the road. They're 7-18 straight up on the road. They're just brutal on the road. And then you're playing a Memphis team that's great at home, 20-4 straight up, 17-7 against the spread, last 24 at home. So again, if you buy trends, you got to play Memphis tonight.
Right.
So, I don't know why this Phoenix team can't do well on the road. I don't get it. They got veteran players, not a bunch of young guys that are straight out of college that maybe whether they're intimidated or whatever, but they're just not that good. They're just, that's the bottom line. So
could I interest you in the Bucks and the Rockets coming up? Anything on that?
Milwaukee 2-9. Speaking of another bad team on the road, first of all, make sure everyone's playing, whether it's Giannis, the Greek Freak, who's really not Greek, and Lillard. They both take off, every other game. So even if they're playing 2-9 against the spread, last 11 on the road for Milwaukee. So
short number for Houston.
Rockets yeah. They struggled at home, the Rockets, but I think they get the win tonight. I do. We'll look at the college board when we come back.
So my team didn't win this weekend, but I still did with this app that's taking over the game. Sports Millions Pick'em lets you make quick and easy predictions. Pick your favorite players, go higher or lower, and you can still win big even if your team loses. Plus, the multiplier is insane. With just a few picks, you can win big money. So get on it. They've got a welcome bonus to help you start off your winning streak.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. Just getting underway. Scott and Dave, hour number one of our 2-hour extravaganza. So a little college basketball. We got some hockey, a little NBA tonight as well. So the one college basketball game right now that kind of stands out as far as the in-game live stuff, Dave, is you mentioned it, Florida losing to Georgia. Former Florida head coach Mike White, coaching now the Bulldogs. They whacked them, about 2 or 3 weeks ago by about 30 or so at Florida. Yep. So big favorites tonight on the road, with a 7, 8, 9, depending on where you did your shopping. But in the end, it's now Georgia by 13, which actually is not bad because they were leading by close to 20. 58-45, 16 and a half minutes left. Florida getting 7.5. I bought them a couple minutes ago when they were getting 8.5, so it's a little bit better. Now it's back up to 8.5. But they've been down double digits the whole way. This is not anything that, just a great run by Georgia. This was like 20-5 to start the game. So I don't know what's going on with Florida. We're all ready to anoint them like one of the top 2, 3, 4 teams, right? And now they lay an egg like this.
Winning on the road in the SEC has been pretty difficult in general. And tonight, Georgia's 66%, 21 of 32 from the field, including 8 of 12 from 3. 67%. Probably not sustainable. A very good start. But we've seen Florida be down in games before and come back. I'm not saying Florida's going to win, but one of those games where you're getting 9.5 right now. They're down 14. And we're not even at the 16-minute timeout yet. So I think you got time to, it's a value play. Team closed -7, -6.5 on the road. Listen, there's a lot of sharp guys I know, a lot of sharp girls I know that are on Georgia. Home dogs, people love home dogs. You love them. I love them. It was one of those plays before you could kind of see coming. But, in game, this could turn into – do you think Georgia wins this game by double digits? I don't. Right now, I would say no. I don't think so.
I don't think so, right? Would this if they did, how far do you think that would drop Florida in your eyes? As far as, I think you think they're one of the best 4 or 5 teams, right? Or they go down to number 10? Do you just wipe this loss off as, you know what, it was a tough spot?
It's you if you look at the odds to win the NCAA, they're right there. It's Auburn, Duke, and Houston, and then Florida. There's really only 4 teams that are less than 10-1, and those are the 4. I think you have to maybe jump it up a little bit because after they lose like this, if they do, nobody anytime soon in the next couple days is coming in to bet them. So you have to go get some maybe more Florida money. It will affect the Alabama price because they play Alabama in Alabama coming up. And we'll see what they do, in the SEC tournament. Right now, we got to focus on tonight. I don't know where they'll move in the rankings. I was talking to Matt earlier on Bostonian versus the Book. I haven't looked at really the rankings below other than who's the number 1 team in the country in 20 years. Just don't the basketball rankings week to week for me not important, not in the gambling world. I need to know the number, and by the number I mean the point spread or the total. I don't mean the ranking in a poll. Doesn't mean anything.
By the way, what do you think of the Fresno State gambling scandal?
Oh boy, bad stories coming out about this whole thing. That story. Yeah. Was no good. Apparently, they were betting unders on rebounds and betting unders on their points. Individual guys on a team not looking good. Saw another story today about a guy who was, back there in New Jersey, New York, and doing stuff. Huge story by Pat Forty today. I read it. And, they were picking off college basketball games that we joke about or we talk about because, there's lines on them. But I don't know any book in the world that's taken Longwood 70,000 on a game. I had a lot of questions when I read that because if they walked into our book and tried to bet Longwood or, a Missouri Valley Conference game in Drake and said, I want to bet 100,000 on it, I'd be like, all right, time out. We take 3. So you can bet 3,000 and good luck with the rest of the 97. We're not taking 100,000 on a game off the street on some of these conferences that you just don't get the volume. If you had a monster book and you had volume, those would be treated the same as Florida and Georgia. They're just not. So, yeah, some crazy stories going around. And again, it's like the lead up to the Super Bowl. It's the lead up to March Madness. You're going to hear more of the bad than the good. And rightly so. Stuff has to be policed. There's a lot of questions. Yeah.
And one of the kids, I was reading, this is just, I was talking about this on the podcast. We won't spend too much time on it. But one of the kids killed somebody in a car accident 4 years ago.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so you would think that kid, right? He should be saying, I'm thankfully, my lucky stars, I pled guilty to this thing, and he's not in jail. You would think he would get like a new lease on life, and I'm sorry, this and that, and I don't spend time in jail. And now he's involved in this stuff. So yeah, one of the two kids, or three kids. So I listen. It's just a wacky story. So you're gonna get it. Listen, you're gonna get it. When you have all these colleges and all these games, really just be thankful that they found out. Versus you betting on a team that has a bunch of players betting on their unders. So. No unders with the Dookie Pukies. Good start against Miami. You figured they would blow them out, right? 57-34. That's going well for Duke, laying 30 now, 155.5. Speaking of unders, Dave, I bring this team up all the time. So hopefully people continue to bet it. And that's the St. Louis Billikens. Kind of a goofy team, right? The Billikens. I mean, it's fascinating because every game their over-under is in the 140s or 150s this weekend. It was in the 152, 153. Game goes way under tonight against Davidson. 146.5. It's 43-38 with 9 minutes left. It's at 117.5. It's nothing but unders. It's a beautiful thing. They don't adjust the lines for that team.
They don't adjust the numbers. That means it's not getting played. They need to watch the show. Listen to the podcast. It's there.
There you go.
There you go.
Or don't listen. Just keep those numbers coming. SVP coming up next.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
I guess this is the battle for second place in the NBA's MVP. It's been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He was like minus 250 a couple months ago. Then last month it was 3-1. I mean, it's now up to minus 440 here.
Voter fatigue is a real thing, but there is a chance for him to maybe go on a hot tear, go on a stretch that maybe opens the conversation back up a little bit. I wouldn't say Shai's completely out of the woods just yet.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
You have Duke the 1, Houston the 2. They're the two best defensive teams in the country. I want to see them play for the right to go to the Final Four because I think that would be a kick-ass game.
Duke is really great on both ends of the floor. They can score and they can defend, and that's why they win by big numbers all the time, because they're really good on both ends of the floor. I don't trust Houston's offense.
Pharrell coast to coast, only on SportsGrid. The Eagles got it done. If you back them, you're celebrating. Football season may be over, but the action never stops.
Are you ready for some baseball?
At SportsGrid, we're always in the game. We bring you 24/7 betting insights, expert picks, and real-time analysis. Next big play is already in motion. Are you ready? It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. You know what time it is? 24 past hour number 1, SGP, same game parlay time. All right, really, there's only one game if you're going to go NBA tonight, right? It's Dallas against Luka and the L.A. Lakers. So there we're going to go. We're going to go with the Lakers. We're not going to get greedy, because we nearly won last night. Always like to go conservative with the SGPs to start the week, build a pot, and then we play with house money for the rest of the week and have some fun and take some flyers. So we'll go conservative. We'll take the Lakers, but I'm not going to lay the 9. I'll just take the Lakers on the money line, minus 375. Going to go over 232.5. I put it at a 232.5. It may have actually dropped to 231. Dallas and LA. I don't see these teams couldn't spell defense, let alone play it. So as long as we get both teams that play well tonight, it's going over 232.5. Then we're going to go to Luka. Yes. You don't see any total points on that one, but we will take his 3 threes at minus 340. I think he'll be throwing up 10 of them, so he's bound to get at least 3 of them. I think he'll get that. I like his assists. We're lowering his number to 6, minus 530. It's going to bump the the total payout up. He'll get 6 assists. I'm not worried about that at all. And then we'll go LeBron James, 8 rebounds or more, because Luka's going to be clanging shots, and then LeBron's going to want to get the rebounds. He'll be the rebound guy. I kind of bought into LeBron playing the right way tonight. Don't ask why, but I did. I had a weak moment when I put this together. So add it all up, and it's plus almost 5 to 1, 473. You see there, Dave.
Okay. Well, you're right about it being a game of the night. I kind of like the move with the Lakers not covering, but winning the game. Okay. That rebounds one for LeBron. It's only minus 120. I think that's the biggest concern on there, right? That's the one I'm worried about. No?
No AD. Who else is getting rebounds for them?
I'm just saying. That's what we do. We'll see. I don't know.
All right. That I guess would be the one, but maybe the over, but I'm thinking we're going to get some points, unless it's just a Laker blowout.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's the one that gets you. That's the one that I think gets you. You got to worry about that for sure. Where if game script dictates, we need the Mavericks to stay in this through 3 quarters, right? We can't have this be a blowout. Let's give this a game. Lakers maybe pull away at the end, win by 10, 11, 12, somewhere like that, and get the cover. But we need a close game, because if this turns into a blowout, we got no shot, I think, with the total.
Yeah. That's how we hit the total last night, so good and bad. We came close. We hit with the under 233 with Sacramento and Charlotte. We hit with Nurkic getting 7.5 rebounds. I love that one. He got 8 or 9, actually. I think he got 9. And I told you, if they were going to play one of those separately, that would have been the one. Bridges got his 20 points. He got his 2 3-pointers. It was only dopey Charlotte getting 11.5, and it was over from start to finish. Second straight game.
Never in it.
Never in it.
Yeah, never in it. No, that's okay.
I think we're seeing
those things happen, because you know what we have to mention. I mean, sometimes you get the bad beats. How about the good wins? The Winnipeg Jets.
Oh,
what a sweat, Wetzel. Oh, baby.
I bailed.
What? You did not.
I did.
You what?
I did.
You got to
5
ride
minutes.
that whole way. There was 26 seconds left. They scored the goal to tie it, and then they come right out in overtime, and they win it. You didn't have it? I was so excited. You bailed?
No, and that's why they won. So everyone that won last night, should thank me, because I did bail. I did.
Thank you.
Start the third, didn't bail. 15 minutes left, didn't bail. 10 minutes left, didn't bail. 5 minutes left, and I knew that this is like now or never, because now they're not going to offer it to me after this, right? And they weren't offering me much, but I said something is better than nothing.
Oh.
I hit the click. I turned the game off, right? I don't even pay attention to it, honestly. And then 10, 15 minutes later, I see a scroll on a college basketball game I'm watching. Winnipeg 2-1 in overtime. I'm like, you son of a...
Unbelievable.
I know it.
Unbelievable.
I know it.
It is so amazing. Excited. Well, thank you, because I won. That was a good play. Yeah, that was good.
I know everybody says this, but it is amazing how many times I lose the bet when I don't fail and I win the bet when I do. It's just amazing.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
I guess this is the battle for second place in the NBA's MVP. It's been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He was like minus 250 a couple months ago. Then last month it was 3-1. It's now up to minus 440 here.
Voter fatigue is a real thing, but there is a chance for him to maybe go on a hot tear, go on a stretch that maybe opens the conversation back up a little bit. I wouldn't say Shai's completely out of the woods just yet.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
You have Duke the 1, Houston the 2. They're the two best defensive teams in the country. I want to see them play for the right to go to the Final Four because I think that would be a kick-ass game.
Duke is really great on both ends of the floor. You know, they can score and they can defend, and that's why they win by big numbers all the time, because they're really good on both ends of the floor. I don't trust Houston's offense.
Pharrell coast to coast, only on SportsGrid. The Eagles got it done. If you back them, you're celebrating. Football season may be over, but the action never stops.
Are you ready for some baseball?
At SportsGrid, we're always in the game. We bring you 24/7 betting insights, expert picks, and real-time analysis. Next big play is already in motion. Are you ready? It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Speaking of spectacular finishes,
yes, sir.
You know, we had one in hockey, and how about the one in the NBA last night?
Oh, baby.
I don't know if our next guest, Mark Zito, was on Oklahoma City. I hope not, especially not on the money line. That was just crazy, Mark. What's going on, bud? How are you tonight?
No, I had the T-Wolves plus the 12.5 last night.
Good for you. There you go. Good.
Yeah.
Right now, I actually was daring enough to try and double my winnings here. I have Georgia plus 7.5. And
okay.
At halftime, I just took Florida plus 8.5. So
there you go. Okay.
All right.
I might end up regretting it. I mean, now it went from a nearly 20-point game to a 10-point game with 11:08 left here. So I need the Georgia to cover the 7.5 more than I need the Florida. It was just a little bit of an extra, shekel down at halftime, saying, okay, we got a big window here, but I don't like the fact that it's gotten down to 10. But I probably need it to get inside. I just need Georgia to keep scoring here. So.
Just don't get to overtime. That's the whole, how this thing goes, right? Like you don't want overtime.
Yep.
So either Florida come back and win, and not cover, or just lose inside your number on the makeup bet, the in-game bet. No overtime. Overtime.
And shout out to everybody who had the guts and the cojones to bet OK State tonight against Iowa State. They're up by 8 right now. I would have never bet Iowa State, but dear Lord, betting Oklahoma State is disgusting at this point.
Do you have Wisconsin today? We talk about big numbers tonight, and that's a big number. They're coming off a loss, and I saw this on the card. How'd you get to Wisconsin here?
Well, I would have only played Wisconsin's team total over. right? Like, I mean, that's probably the easiest way to go. This is a big number. And look, when I look at this game, Washington has one of the worst defenses in the Big Ten. They should get smoked here on the road, and it feels like this is a good bounce back spot for Wisconsin here. But here was my biggest concern. Much similar to Michigan, they're in the double letdown spot, right? And if you bet Nebraska last night, like I did, everything went your way because Michigan played like a double letdown spot because they couldn't score. And that was kind of what you were hoping. You just didn't know Nebraska was going to be so god awful on offense for the entire game. So that's my worry here. But Wisconsin at home seems to be a pretty solid team. They get into the 80s on a routine basis. The biggest fear you have to worry about here is that if the pace slows so much that you're not going to be able to, they're not going to be able to have to keep pushing the pace here. But the other way too is with a number like this, take the Washington team total under, because they're another team that doesn't score all that much. But it's one of those games where I wouldn't cut it in half because you're going to need the full 40 minutes here for Wisconsin to pull away. But that's kind of what I'm really relying on, that this thing will be around 8 to 10 for a better part of the game. And then Wisconsin pulls away late and ends up, covering this thing by about almost 20 points.
All right. How about Illinois and Iowa? Big number, 171.5. Illinois, big number after getting walloped by the Dookie Pukies on Sunday or Saturday or Sunday.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, when I look at this is a simple numbers game and a math equation for me. The way this goes over this number, okay, is one of two things happens. Either Iowa gets to 80 or Illinois gets to 100. Because even at 90 to 75, still under the number, right? Like, that's really – Iowa's still missing their leading scorer in Owen Freeman, so their offense is taking a hit. They're nowhere near as good offensively on the road. My biggest concern is that their defense, much similar to what happened when they played Maryland, gave up 101. That's what I have to avoid here. And Illinois' offense hasn't been great as of late, the last two games in particular. And their defense has also been embarrassing the last two games, giving up 110 and 95. So you have to believe that the Illini are sitting here going, we're not letting this team score on us tonight. And they'll slow the pace down and be able to what do you call it? Really grind this thing down and beat Iowa pretty soundly. I just, I don't think Iowa can get to 80 here, and I hope Illinois doesn't get to 100.
You got Mizzou on there, but you got a team total. Mizzou loses at Arkansas over the weekend in a really, I don't know if it was a telling game. I took more away from Arkansas, maybe really riding the ship and making a push to actually make the NCAA. I mean, it's hard to win on the road, and Mizzou was a short favorite. They're big favorites tonight against South Carolina, who one of the worst teams in the SEC, maybe the worst team in the SEC.
The worst team in the SEC.
Yes. So you like just the team total over?
Yeah, again, it's not you have to respect South Carolina's defense because it's not a number that I really, again, I'm comfortable laying here. Given where, like, the difference with Washington is the worst defense in the Big Ten. That's not the case for South Carolina. Their defense is good and has been good all year long. So, but this is a Missouri team that averages 86.8 points per game at home this year. And South Carolina is just coming off their first SEC win of the year. They had lost 13 straight. So, needless to say, they might finally breathe a sigh of relief when it comes to, like, whew, finally, we got off the schneid here. Not only that, the Gamecocks have given up at least 80 in 5 of their 7 road SEC games this year. And the way I look at it, if South Carolina's defense is playing lights out tonight, guess what? Missouri's not going over their team total. They're certainly not covering the number, and they might be in danger of losing this thing. Because the South Carolina game script all year long, and I've followed it religiously, it's like I would only play them in the first half. Because if they're playing good enough to keep it close through the first 20 minutes, that's probably going to continue throughout the entire game. If you look at some of the close SEC games that they lost to Vanderbilt and a couple other games that they lost that were 3-point losses, I just think they're going to be in a letdown spot here after getting the first win. Missouri coming off the loss should be a little bit focused and a little bit more angry about the situation here and should be able to chuck up threes on a routine basis and run this thing up to 81 here. So we go to team total over 80.5.
Yeah, that's not bad. I actually like that. I not that I don't like the other one, but I like that one a lot too. Big one in the Mountain West. We got San Diego State and New Mexico. The Aztecs laying 2.5 at home against the Lobos.
Yeah, I played the money line. Look, New Mexico's coming off the loss, so that's a little bit like, I really wish they would have had a win coming into this thing. Revenge spot for the Aztecs, who lost to the Lobos earlier this year. You're talking about the best team in the conference, and not that San Diego State is a chance at the regular season title, but still, this is an important game. This isn't the same San Diego State team we're used to seeing. Their defense better be locked down, and that's really what it boils down to. They're the second in the country in points allowed per game. That's what I think wins this game for them tonight here. So I took them on the money line, paid a little extra juice here, not to be annoyed by a 1 or 2 point win here and not getting over the number. But I'm willing to risk it here with the Aztecs at home in what feels like, a spot here where they need to reassert themselves near the top of the Mountain West in a big game. If the Lobos end up winning this thing, you tip your cap to them, but it also is a signal for me that San Diego State may be a play against team when it comes to the tournament, given the fact that they can't come out on top again in a spot like this tonight where they should.
Zin, last one for me. You probably only got about a minute left anyway. Vinny will tell us. How excited were you with the Yankee news that your guys can now grow a beard? I mean, you can still play. There's hope that you could get on the field, maybe catch still, do something. I mean, welcome to the modern era. It's right. You don't have to be clean shaven anymore. I mean, does this mean you just bet them to win the World Series now? This is exciting, is it not?
I suppose. I think Aaron Judge said it best. Look, if that was deterring you from showing up to play for the Yankees, you probably shouldn't be playing for the Yankees to begin with. So I certainly understand. I'll tell you this much. Here was the level of frustration I had. Took the kids to Yankee spring training when I was down in Florida last week. First time I had ever been there as well. You know what the Yankees charge for spring training tickets? You would never believe it. Between $150 and $200 a seat.
What?
$150. And you know what? These scumbags couldn't re-sign Soto. They're charging me $100 for a spring training to watch 12 guys who are carrying garbage in 3 weeks play, and they can't re-sign Soto.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
I guess this is the battle for second place in the NBA's MVP. It's been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He was like minus 250 a couple months ago. Then last month it was 3-1. He's now up to minus 440 here.
Voter fatigue is a real thing, but there is a chance for him to maybe go on a hot tear, go on a stretch that maybe opens the conversation back up a little bit. I wouldn't say Shai's completely out of the woods just yet.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
You have Duke the 1, Houston the 2. They're the two best defensive teams in the country. I want to see them play for the right to go to the Final Four because I think that would be a kick-ass game.
Duke is really great on both ends of the floor. They can score and they can defend, and that's why they win by big numbers all the time, because they're really good on both ends of the floor. I don't trust Houston's offense.
Pharrell coast to coast, only on SportsGrid. The Eagles got it done. If you back them, you're celebrating. Football season may be over, but the action never stops.
Are you ready for some baseball?
At SportsGrid, we're always in the game. We bring you 24/7 betting insights, expert picks, and real-time analysis. Next big play is already in motion. Are you ready? It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. $100+ for a preseason game. Oh, that's amazing.
That's
brother.
It's a bit much. That'll cut into the budget, and then you take the kids and you get them food and all that other stuff. That's it. That's a big one. And spring training. Like Mark said, the guys after the third inning, fourth inning, everybody's wearing 85, 79, 91 for numbers,
And he said Judge didn't even play, too. Judge didn't even get 3 innings, let alone, the whole game. Wow.
Yeah, you gotta pick your spots. Before we continue, I just got to shout out my buddy Rob is watching the show. His daughter, her name is Morgan, and they just won a big district game. And they're driving home and they're watching us. And she said they'll bet the Luca prop over. I don't know if we can do that, but because we got it coming up in, Black Cloud and rest of the show. I'm dressed in the Lakers stuff, but yeah, it was pretty good. So she won. Morgan and Lancaster Catholic. Congratulations to you guys. Thanks for watching the show. Rob's a big fan of the show. I just wanted to shout him out because we got D Weezy giving us questions and all these other people. Did you see the D Weezy question? Did they get this thing up?
Did we got that? We had that posted. He was asking about Charlotte. We got the Charlotte Hornets on the NBA map. Hit with the under last night. He said, "Does he want to go back to the under again?" He was asking, and I was telling him, it's third game in 4 nights for them. They're due. Looked it up. It's only 217.5 against Golden State, right? Golden State's given up 100 points in 31 of their last 33 games.
Wow.
So even Charlotte, figures to get 100. And if they're getting 100, Golden State's getting 120. So there goes your under. I wouldn't, I don't trust teams playing 3 nights, especially bad teams, their third game. And they lost the one game by 53. They lost last night by 43 or whatever the hell it was. So, I wouldn't go with the under tonight. Sorry.
I don't know. I'm nervous about that. This is one of those road trips where they get blown out. I don't know. I don't know, D-Weez. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on it. I don't know.
Got Tennessee laying 10.5 at LSU, tipping off top of the hour. Let's look at some of these 9 o'clock games here. Yep. Over under 139.5. 2 decent under teams. Tennessee 16-11, LSU 14-13. No big deal there. Here's the one I like. Now, listen, it doesn't really, necessitate covering the spread, but Tennessee 20-3 this year as a favorite. LSU 3-13 as an underdog. So I don't think LSU is winning even at home. I'd probably go with the under there, 139.5 if you have any thoughts.
I think we're in agreement. Right? Yeah, I think we're in agreement with Tennessee, LSU. LSU's had a rough time this year in the SEC. Yeah. So that they'll be playing on the first day at the SEC tournament, and they'll have probably a one and done. They're not going to win this game tonight. I don't know if they got a shot at covering only if Tennessee has an off night, right? Offensively. That's the only way. So, because they're not going to be able to score. Tennessee's best defense in the country. I mean, top 5 for sure. So, yeah, that one screams under. What about Mississippi State and Alabama? That's a big game, right?
Yeah. Got to go over. Your 2 ranked teams. Bama laying 8.5. Coming off the Kentucky game, and then that's after they gave up 110 to Missouri. So it's kind of emotional roller coaster here. They got to get up for this game. 174.5. That was 172.5, I think it was this afternoon. And it bumped it up even a couple of more points.
Right.
It's a lot of points, but I don't bet unders in Alabama games. I'll take my chances they get to 175.
Can't do it. I mean, over the weekend, who'd they play? Kentucky. And it was remember we talked about it. It should be 180. Yeah. Was what was said the number should be. Did you see what it fell? And did you see how it fell?
Yes.
79.
79. Yeah. And the kid misses a bunny little layup with like 25 seconds left. At the buzzer. All alone. All alone, just shoot the stupid thing in. And the game goes under. So
I had under 179.5 in game. I was
Did
on the
you
couch
really?
and I was sitting there
Wow.
on the couch and Jess was at the table and I just started to, look at the game and I said, 179.5. That thing was 175, 174.5 at open. I'm going to take a shot and go under 179.5. And I had to give that little fist bump. You know what I'm talking about. You can't really celebrate. Yeah. I was ha ha, and it was fun. Then I got involved in the BYU Arizona game. Completely ridiculous. That had me beside myself. That was that game, all them points back and forth, over, under, over. This was a foul. That wasn't a foul. I had too many bets on that game. I tried to middle it. It didn't middle, but that was fun. So, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, that celebration pump, that little fist bump.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How about this one? This one's a little strange to me. And Mark, he said he liked Missouri. I like Missouri as well. Or not Missouri, Wisconsin and Washington. When I saw them playing, before I saw the line, I said, all right, it's got to be about 155, 156. I wouldn't be surprised 160. And then I saw 148.5. I'm like, wow. And now it's 147.5.
Yeah.
So a stinky line gets stinkier. Generally means you go with the stink. But how is this not getting to 148 points?
We've been talking about Wisconsin off and on all season here and how the numbers have been somewhat off. Now, they lost over the weekend, right? So they come back and they get Washington in a home game that they're supposed to house them. If they house them, the game could go under, right? That's the thing. Washington may not show up and get 50 points. So you may not have a dance partner. This one may finish 75-52 and go way under. I don't know. I like over, but we'll see.
Yeah, me too. All right, Black Cloud with Luka in play. Coming up next.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
I guess this is the battle for second place in the NBA's MVP. It's been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He was like minus 250 a couple months ago. Then last month it was 3-1. He's now up to minus 440 here.
Voter fatigue is a real thing, but there is a chance for him to maybe go on a hot tear, go on a stretch that maybe opens the conversation back up a little bit. I wouldn't say Shai's completely out of the woods just yet.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
You have Duke the 1, Houston the 2. They're the two best defensive teams in the country. I want to see them play for the right to go to the Final Four because I think that would be a kick-ass game.
Duke is really great on both ends of the floor. They can score and they can defend, and that's why they win by big numbers all the time, because they're really good on both ends of the floor. I don't trust Houston's offense.
Pharrell coast to coast, only on SportsGrid. The Eagles got it done. If you back them, you're celebrating. Football season may be over, but the action never stops.
Are you ready for some baseball?
At SportsGrid, we're always in the game. We bring you 24/7 betting insights, expert picks, and real-time analysis. Next big play is already in motion. Are you ready? It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, our number one, sweating out an under in the Dookie Pukies. Throw the ball away. It's 91-56.
Focus.
I know. Oh, the guy hit a three.
Tip
What
play.
are you
bang.
doing?
Here we go.
Come on, Duke, show some class. Don't take three-pointers with a minute left.
What's your number? What's your number? What do you need?
152.5. We're at
Oh, boy,
150.
Big sweat. Yeah.
40 seconds left. Just milk it.
Boy.
Just milk it, Miami.
Dribble
Don't
out.
take a shot. Don't take
Dribble
a
out.
shot. Don't. Oh, he took a shot. He hit it. I got a half a point with 37 seconds left. Again,
Dribble
Duke,
it out.
show some class. Show some
Dribble it
class,
out.
Duke, and just
Dribble
dribble it out.
Dribble it out.
Dribble it out.
Yeah.
They're
that's what we're
dribbling.
gonna do.
Problem is there's about 8-second difference in the game and play clock.
Oh, yeah.
So they're going to give the ball back. Now, Miami should do the same thing, right? Here's Duke running a play. Look at this. This
Here we go.
team's taking a shot. He
We're
got
working on
fouled.
stuff.
Son of a.
Oh, here we go. Hey, focus. Come on. Let's get it together. Deep breath. Black Cloud play tonight. Come on. Play the graphic.
He
Boys.
took a
Let's
shot
go.
with 12 seconds left.
Please.
Real
Yeah.
classy, Duke. Real classy. All right,
get the
let's
over.
get a winner that we know we can count on. Little SGP. Oh, no, check that. Little Black Cloud play of the day.
Focus.
All right, we might not win this under Dookie Pukies here, but we are going to win this one. Where we're going to go? We're going to go right, but we're going to double down on Lakers and Luka against Dallas. And while most of the nation probably thinks he's going to get over, although we had a report there that said more people were betting unders, unlike our little basketball team there that's betting all the overs. We're not going to listen to them. Sorry, girls, ladies. We are going Luka under 30.5 points. Yeah. I looked it up. He's scored 16 points or less in 3 of the 4 games he's played with the Lakers. What about that? Before that, though, Scott? Well, before that, he sat out about a month because he's been injured. So don't forget about that. What about before that, Scott? Before that, he only had 31 points 1 of his last 6 games. Well, what about before that, Scott? Well, we looked that up. On the season, he's only played 26 games. He's had 31 points in only 9 of them. 37 bastards. 157.
Stop it. Focus.
So 9 yes, 17 no, and I can get the 17 at basically even odds, like I could get the 9.
Right.
No brainer to me. Give me under 30.5. Could be a blowout. He doesn't play. Could be a close game. He doesn't play. Could be LeBron wants to take all the shots and hog the ball and steal the limelight, which is very possible. He doesn't get 31. A lot more ways he doesn't get 31 than he does. So under 31 or 30.5.
Listen, Morgan and her teammates, are basketball players. And Morgan is a lockdown defender, big rebounder. And I'm getting a text that bet the rebound's over. Maybe you're on to something with this.
Okay.
Maybe you're on to something with this. You made a very good case. So we'll see. We'll be watching it closely. Unfortunately, you did not get that total under. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but they made the free throws. At least the kids made the free throws. I mean, he got to the line, knock them down. They're always working on something,
Yeah.
It was a good win for the
And then
over
Miami
bettors,
must have hit a 3. Miami must have hit a 3 after that because that was only 154. So I don't know if that's good or bad for me, but that's gambling, right? If Duke, and I know we're at a short end of this, but it's true. It happens to everybody. If Duke just dribbles out the ball like we've seen 1,000 teams do, they hand the ball to Miami with 8 seconds left. They're down 45. Chances are pretty good Miami then dribbles out. Maybe they take an attempt. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. But we've seen that happen 1,000 times. The game goes under, you win your bet. This dope decides he's going to take a 3-point shot. He gets fouled. And the game, goes way over. I mean, 57, 4.5 points over. So it's just, yeah, that happens. Well, it's always easier to bet the over. So you always get points. I always say it.
No.
Guys always want to score.
Unders the words. No, come on.
You need a good 10-point cushion for the under. That's the problem with the under in these college games. You need to be like 10 points under. Did you watch the end of the Houston game last night? This Houston Cougars team has got to be one of the dumbest teams in the history of college basketball. Barely.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word. Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
I guess this is the battle for second place in the NBA's MVP. It's been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He was like minus 250 a couple months ago. Then last month it was 3-1. He's now up to minus 440 here.
Voter fatigue is a real thing, but there is a chance for him to maybe go on a hot tear, go on a stretch that maybe opens the conversation back up a little bit. I wouldn't say Shai's completely out of the woods just yet.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
You have Duke the 1, Houston the 2. They're the two best defensive teams in the country. I want to see them play for the right to go to the Final Four because I think that would be a kick-ass game.
Duke is really great on both ends of the floor. You know, they can score and they can defend, and that's why they win by big numbers all the time, because they're really good on both ends of the floor. I don't trust Houston's offense.
Pharrell coast to coast, only on SportsGrid. The Eagles got it done. If you back them, you're celebrating. Football season may be over, but the action never stops.
Are you ready for some baseball?
At SportsGrid, we're always in the game. We bring you 24/7 betting insights, expert picks, and real-time analysis. Next big play is already in motion. Are you ready? It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Welcome in. It's in-game live game day here on the grid. Hour number 2. Scott and Dave watching a little NBA, a little college basketball. Really haven't delved too much in hockey, which is surprising for us because we both like hockey. I will say, Dave, the biggie, Georgia and Florida. How about this? Georgia up double digits. I don't know if it got to 20. We'll have to double check, but it came pretty close to it. It's down to 3. 78-75. 2 minutes and change left to go. 2:15 I see on my screen. Where are we going now? We grabbed the Florida plus the 7.5, 8.5, right? So I'm thinking, are they? I don't know if they're favorites. I bet it's about pick 'em, maybe. Let's see.
Let me see. I had the hockey board up. I wanted you to take a breath. I was going to run down the hockey scores while you were, catching your breath after that total where it went over when it probably should have went under. You got your face got red and everything. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'll run the scores real quick for the people. The betting opportunity of the night was in Philadelphia against my Pittsburgh Penguins. It's nighttime in Pittsburgh behind me every time I do a show. I love Pittsburgh. I love the Penguins. I've known the Penguins longer than I known anyone in my life other than my parents. So they stink. They were only, they're rebuilding. They got no goaltending. When you're rebuilding and you got no goaltending, you give up goals. They're down 5-1 to the Flyers. That line opened minus 140. Wow. It closed minus 120. I don't know who bet the Penguins, but man, oh man, we got the Flyers there. So that one's headed over. 17 minutes left. Flyers lead 5-1. Blue Jackets, home dogs to the Stars today. Blue Jackets are playing good hockey. I mean, this team's going to be a problem. They could get in the playoffs. Nobody thought it. up 5-3, 14 minutes to go. Calgary's leading at Washington, the biggest surprise of the night, 2-0 after 2 periods. Washington was a 2-1 favorite. Ovechkin obviously doesn't have a goal. Wetzel, do you think he's going to get the goal record this year? I mean, with the hat trick on the weekend, do you think he's going to get it? He needs 13 more goals.
Yeah, I know that hat trick certainly helped, right? But I don't think so. That's a lot of goals. Could he? Yeah. You know, they feed him. Although the empty netter he was not fed that. Someone took a shot, it kind of ricocheted right to him, and he had the open net all the way across the ice. But it wasn't like they went out of their way to pass in the puck.
Right.
But I think they will. You know, they definitely will. They're caught up into this.
Yeah.
But 13 goals is a lot of goals. They're playing great hockey. They're playing meaningful games. They want to get the President's Cup. They can't screw around. So I'm going to say no. I think he comes close, but I don't think he gets 13 more.
Well, they have 15 games after tonight. So I don't know if that's enough. Oh, no, 22.
That's a lot. Yeah.
38, 11 is 49, and 8 is 57. So 58. So that is 24. Oh, that's 24 games.
Yeah. He did 16 and 27.
Yeah.
So he's got 3. This is the 3rd game.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah, so 13 and 22. That's still a lot. Or 13 and 24. That's still a lot, though.
It is, especially if they clinch whatever spot they're going to be in playoff-wise. It'd tell Ovi, look, I know you want to get the record. You'll get the record next year. We need you healthy for the playoffs. I don't want you playing in the last 2 weeks. You know, like the Knights, somehow Mark Stone always gets sick or, you know, something and sits for, you know, a month just getting ready and practicing and not playing in the games or traveling. They might do that with Ovechkin because this is it, man. Like they did not have any, I think, expectations of being in a position they're in. Or you just said it. They're in a position to get the President's Trophy. So that's a big deal. Toronto's trailing.
Let me ask you
Boston
this.
3-2. This might be a time to bet the Maple Leafs. Go ahead.
Nah, the Bruins never lose to the Maple Leafs. They don't lose, so I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
If you count playoff goals, Gretzky's like 60 ahead of him.
Uh-huh.
Do you count playoff goals?
No, not for this record.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
You can't control
I never understood
how
that.
many games you play in the playoffs.
Can't control how many games you can play in the regular season.
Yes, you can. Their schedule's the same for everybody.
Not if the guy gets hurt. What if he decides he's going to sit out 12 games? It's how many goals have you scored? How many goals have you scored for your career? Who cares if it's in the postseason or not? In fact, the postseason should count as 2. What's the difference? It's your career. Your postseason's not your career? It's the dumbest thing in the history of sports. I've always said that. Why don't you count playoff home runs? Why don't you count playoff hits? Why don't you count playoff goals? Like they didn't count? They didn't exist? It's the stupidest thing. Gretzky's way ahead. He's like 60 ahead now. He's got 50 more playoff goals.
But he played a lot more playoff games, right?
Well, he's
the team
better.
was good.
What can I tell you?
Well, I know, but the postseason is so different than the regular season. And in hockey especially, right? The postseason hockey is completely different beast.
I get that. I get it. But ultimately, though, Dave, it's how many goals have you scored for your career? Forget all the rules and all the rule changes and all the goofy things that we've had over the NHL. It ultimately is who has scored the most goals. It's not Alex Ovechkin. It's Wayne Gretzky.
This sounds like a Twitter poll. This sounds like we should put this up on SportsGrid right now, at SportsGrid, or tweet at us at Opposite Picks, at SportsBK, and say tag SportsGrid in it.
There you go.
Is it regular season goals, or should you combine the postseason goals? I'm good with the way it's been done from the beginning of time. Regular season, different than a postseason. Wetzel wants to change everything.
That was a shot.
I'm just saying, from the beginning of time, it's been this way, and now you want to change it. Some things you want to leave the same or go back to the old days, and now you want to rewrite all the record books of all the sports and say, just combine the postseason with the regular season, and then that's the real thing. I mean, come on. I can't believe that. I totally disagree.
Florida by 1, minute 19 left.
Look at
taking
this.
the lead over Georgia.
Number 1 seed, Florida Gators. How about that? What a comeback.
Now you can bail, you can hedge, you can do whatever you want to do with the bets you had.
Bail. You bail. Don't bail. Don't bail.
I can grab Georgia. I got Florida plus 2-1. I can grab Georgia now plus 3-1.
Hello.
Plus 340.
Okay.
They must have turned the ball over.
Take the points. Take the points. Middle it.
Then I lose money if it doesn't turn into a middle. If I take the money line, I can't lose. If I take the points and Georgia loses by...
You have 2-1. You already have the money line.
Right.
Now you could Florida wins by any number inside the point spread. You win both. Maximize the win. You can't lose both when you do that.
Yeah, but you could split and not win any money. If I bet Georgia on the money line,
you have Florida 2-1. So
right.
You have plus 200. So you're laying 110. You can't. You'd be fine. Yeah. You're going to be fine. You know who else is fine tonight? Hockey. Right. Rangers 5-1 over the Islanders. Lightning up 3-1 over Edmonton. Second period, 2 minutes to go. Ducks leading the Sabres in the third period. Is it time to bet the Sabres against the Ducks?
Is it too late for the Ducks? Can the Ducks make the playoffs, Dave? I know that sounds goofy. What?
That sounds.
They're going to be 8-1-1 their last 10 games. They're about 6, 7, 8 out with about 25 left.
What?
What's the price on them?
We have to check the schedule.
Yeah. Do that when we come back.
So my team didn't win this weekend, but I still did with this app that's taking over the game. Sports Millions Pick'em lets you make quick and easy predictions. Pick your favorite players, go higher or lower, and you can still win big even if your team loses. Plus, the multiplier is insane. With just a few picks, you can win big money. So get on it. They've got a welcome bonus to help you start off your winning streak.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. We put the jinx on this team. Oh, brother. They might not even cover now. Look at this. As soon as we said Florida was coming back, welcome back, Scott and Dave. They haven't scored since. It's now 84-80, 10 seconds left, and Georgia's going to the free throw line.
Uh-oh.
They're going to be up 6. If Florida
makes them both.
If they make them both, they'll be up 6. Florida runs down the court, misses from 3, and fouls, and then Georgia wins by 8, and those with 7.5. I think I got it at 8.5. I think. Let me double check.
You said you got it at 8.5. You did. Don't even look.
Okay.
Don't look. This is when you cannot look. You don't. It's in the pocket. It's on the phone. You can't even see it anyway because you don't have the readers.
No, it's 6.5. I got it at 6.5.
Oh no. I mean,
why did I think it was 8.5?
I don't know.
I got
you said 8.5
at 2 to
on
1.
the show.
I know. I've been saying 8 the whole show. I got it at 6.5.
Oh boy!
If this dopey team fouls, whether it's the Dookie Pukies, here we go. Oh, they called a timeout. They actually think they got a shot to win. Oh, brother.
Well, I mean, you're in a good spot. They shoot and they miss, and it's over. Right? They're going to shoot quick. They're not fouling down 6. They're going to work a 3, try to shoot it, and we'll be fine. I got to shout out my buddy Thor. They call him Thor, and he said, you're right. He said it's harder to score in the postseason. How can you not count the postseason goals in hockey? So,
of course,
got to give you props when people agree with you. I'm going to be the first one to say, all right, fair. I totally disagree with you and Thor. I mean, Thor don't have his hammer. He can say what he wants. Thank you for watching the show. But no, it's regular season and it's postseason. That's it.
Let's put this into perspective for you. What's the one thing everybody says at the end of the season when the Washington Redskin Potatoes Commanders make a nice run in the postseason, or some other team makes a nice run, yet the coach or the player doesn't get the MVP? They all say, well, because it's a regular season award. And what's your first reaction? Yeah, but that's stupid. This guy's having, Washington's had a great run. Dan Snyder should be the, the coach of the year, and then this, that, what have you, right? So it's the same thing. It's just you're doing it for the course of your career versus one season.
I
gotcha.
The analogy
there a little bit.
Short there. The analogy falls a little short. I'm not buying that.
Postseason is part of your life. It just is. So why not include that for your total? I just, that doesn't make any sense to me. So, they heaved a 3. What was that? He's fouled him? Oh, Georgia fouled him. The guy took a 45-foot shot and Georgia fouled him.
There you go. Okay. So is he shooting 3?
He's shooting 3 with 6 seconds left.
So knock 3 down and then you're good.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Not even that. Just hit 2. I'll be happy. Did you watch the end of the Houston game last night?
Oh, fantastic. For under better.
Yeah, right.
Fantastic.
Great game. But you talk about one of the dumbest teams in the history of college basketball. This dopey Houston team is they're fouling. Poor what's-his-face, the head coach there. I'm drawing a blank. You know what I'm talking about, right? Not Dane Altman. You know what I'm talking about. He was lit. He was screaming at his kids because if you watch Kelvin Sampson, right? Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
So he's screaming at his kids because they're fouling in the final minute. They're up 6, and instead of just going back and playing defense, his dopey team is fouling, sending the opposition to the free throw line. It's like, what are you doing? There were a couple times they showed him on the sideline. He was just livid, which I appreciate because me sitting at the under is as livid as well. It's like, what are you doing? Just go back and play defense. And they're trying to make steals, and they're fouling, and we got the under by a point, maybe a half a point, but
half a point for some. Yeah,
half a point for some.
Okay, so as good as that one was, and it stayed under, you won it. You giveth and you taketh away, and that's how the Duke game today. I mean,
right.
The numbers are getting better. I used to say this all the time. The hardest time to beat the book in college basketball is March Madness. Tournament week, you got a shot because you still got games the lead up to tournament week, actually, with these home games still and road games, is a really good time for bettors. Like, you should really be focused on college basketball right now for the next 10 days to 2 weeks. Then when you get to the conference tournament, it gets tough. When you get to the regular NCAA and all these other postseason tournaments with these random gyms and 2 games in one location and then 4 days break and then go back to another location. We've talked to JY about this. JY used to be a coach, a women's basketball coaching, and talked about that we got one shoot around in the gym when we went to play in these postseason tournaments. So there's a big adjustment. And depending on the rims, you hear some, places have soft rims and, things happen. Really focus on college basketball right now. I'm trying to distract you from the end of this Georgia game. How's it looking?
He hit all 3 free throws. They called a timeout with 6.4 seconds left, so Georgia's got to inbound the ball. So barring really something, get even 6.5. I could have swore it was 8.5. I really did. But even if they hit yeah,
that building is rocking. Those kids are ready to go. Did you see Kirby Smart got out of there? They got him away because they're going to storm the court. It's coming, right?
No,
Where are
did
you
he really?
at?
He was there at the game?
Yeah, he was courtside, and him and his wife and his kid, boom, waved the crowd,
Let's get out
said
of here.
goodbye, said, I don't need to be down here for this, because he was courtside. Have you ever been part of a court storm?
Yes and no. I've been to one game in college, but I didn't storm the court. I was like, nah, forget about it. Not for me. So, but I was there.
You're an official. Would you want the court storm if you were reffing?
No, God.
Hell no.
No. You got to get out of there. Yeah. You know what I would do in those situations? I've always said, if I'm the losing team, I'm going to call a timeout with 1 second left. I'm going to get everybody off the court and then say, go ahead. We'll see you later. Go play the final 1 second. We're in the locker room.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
I guess this is the battle for second place in the NBA's MVP. It's been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He was like minus 250 a couple months ago. Then last month it was 3-1. He is now up to minus 440 here.
Voter fatigue is a real thing, but there is a chance for him to maybe go on a hot tear, go on a stretch that maybe opens the conversation back up a little bit. I wouldn't say Shai's completely out of the woods just yet.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
You have Duke the 1, Houston the 2. They're the 2 best defensive teams in the country. I want to see them play for the right to go to the Final Four because I think that would be a kick-ass game.
Duke is really great on both ends of the floor. They can score and they can defend, and that's why they win by big numbers all the time, because they're really good on both ends of the floor. I don't trust Houston's offense.
Pharrell coast to coast, only on SportsGrid. The Eagles got it done. If you back them, you're celebrating. Football season may be over, but the action never stops.
Are you ready for some baseball?
At SportsGrid, we're always in the game. We bring you 24/7 betting insights, expert picks, and real-time analysis. Next big play is already in motion. Are you ready? It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game day. I tell you, gambling is fun. It really is. You know, I always tell people, just bet a couple shekels and take your ups and your downs, and you just live through the excitement of the actual play. So here's the situation. What happened? All right, they missed. So Georgia's up 3, right, after they fouled. The dopey kid fouls, the kid taking a three-pointer when they're up 6. So the kid hits 3 shots. So Florida then fouls with 4.3 seconds left. Kid goes to the free throw line, hits 2 free throws. All right, no big deal. We're getting 6.5, and we got the ball. We're down 5. What's the worst that can happen, right? Well, the kid throws a baseball pass that we think doesn't touch anybody, would go out of bounds, which means Georgia would get the ball back up 5 with 4 seconds left, which means they could now inbound, and Florida would foul. The kid hits 2 free throws, and they win by 7. I was just down 3 2 seconds ago. But after going to review, the fickle fate of luck, they barely hit the guy's fingertips when he jumped into the air. So the Georgia player did hit it. Florida gets the ball. They take a shot. They don't get it. They don't foul, and there's your ball game. Georgia wins
Had
by
it all
5.
the way.
We get the
I don't even know why you were sweating. Whew. I don't even know. I told you to relax. I saw it. I went right off the kid's hand. No problem.
Oh, it was
they
close.
Missed a shot. No, you
close.
were sweating it. No, completely relax. I mean, come on. No, you had it all the way. That's a big win by Georgia. That's a big win.
Yeah.
Talking about I saw just the words across the screen talking about the quad 1 win and all that other stuff. Here we go for the next 2 weeks. You're talking about the quad 1, the quad 2, all this other stuff. Who's getting in, bracketology, bubbles. I can't keep track of it all. Just give me the hockey, give me the NBA, give me all this other stuff. I love this basketball stuff. But man, oh man, I mean, it's too much. All this geometry. Yeah. It all comes into play. You know, starting the end of February, in the beginning of March. Quad 1, quad 2, this upset, this, that. Please, give me the best 64 teams. All this. You did it yesterday. You said you got the Wetzelology. The Wetzelology. Forget about bracketology. Wetzelology. 36 teams. You already got it figured out.
Yeah. With 1 to spare. So we'll do it once a week. I'll do it again next week. Maybe on Friday. We'll double check. But, yeah, I mean, you got to put mediocre teams in. Simple as that. So, but
there's a lot
the
of
old days used to be a lot of fun. The old days when you only had like 20 at-large bids and some of these teams would get screwed. Oh, those were like the coaches would be ticked off. Oh, that was fun. Nowadays, you know, you can't get mad when your team is 20 and 13. You know, you hope you get in. Maybe there's some teams you think you're better than that got in, but, you know, you didn't necessarily get screwed. They just, you know, they got to pick somebody. So, remember last year was the Mountain West, right? Remember the Mountain West got like 5 or 6 teams, and then they all lost, I think, except 1 in the first round. I don't know if they'll do that again this year, but.
Right.
Bruins, good news. Boston blew a 2-0 lead, blew a 3-2 lead, but they are back up over Toronto, who they do always beat. I don't want to jinx it, but they're back up 4-3.
You just did.
My Ducks.
You don't want to jinx it. You
Ducks
just did.
Down. I know. And my Ducks are down 3-2 now to Buffalo. That's not good. Plus 6:30. 8.5 minutes left. They're down 3-2. They've been playing good hockey. 7-1-1. I tell you, it's a feisty little team. I'm going to take a flyer on the Ducks.
You got people concerned. They're sweating this game with you, with Florida. Dougie Damsky, appreciate you watching the show. Dougie's always watching. He's always tweeting at us. He said, tell Mr. Opposite Picks that he won the Florida game. And he tagged SportsGrid. So thank you for watching, Dougie.
Thank you.
You know, Scott's over it. Yeah, he was rooting for you. That's good. We're all rooting for you. I love it.
Yeah. I mean,
can't believe you got out of that Winnipeg.
You're up
bet.
3.
I can't believe it. I told you. I can't believe it. I mean, come on.
I know.
What else are you doing? What else?
How about OKC, by the way? We didn't
Blues.
talk about it. Oklahoma City blowing a 20-point lead with 3 minutes left. They didn't score Oklahoma City in the final 3 minutes and 58 seconds. When's the last time that's
16-0 run. 16-0 run. It's the first time that a team was leading by 20. I forget the exact stat. It'll be on Bostonia versus the Book tonight. Matt brought it to the show. One time That was the first time out of 1,152 games where that situation happened and the team lost the game. It's impossible. Wow. It was like and they benched Ant, and came back.
They played without
16-0 run, got to overtime, and won.
Amazing.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
I guess this is the battle for second place in the NBA's MVP. It's been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He was like minus 250 a couple months ago. Then last month it was 3-1. He's now up to minus 440 here.
Voter fatigue is a real thing, but there is a chance for him to maybe go on a hot tear, go on a stretch that maybe opens the conversation back up a little bit. I wouldn't say Shai's completely out of the woods just yet.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
You have Duke the 1, Houston the 2. They're the two best defensive teams in the country. I want to see them play for the right to go to the Final Four because I think that would be a kick-ass game.
Duke is really great on both ends of the floor. They can score and they can defend, and that's why they win by big numbers all the time, because they're really good on both ends of the floor. I don't trust Houston's offense.
Pharrell coast to coast, only on SportsGrid. The Eagles got it done. If you back them, you're celebrating. Football season may be over, but the action never stops.
Are you ready for some baseball?
At SportsGrid, we're always in the game. We bring you 24/7 betting insights, expert picks, and real-time analysis. Next big play is already in motion. Are you ready? It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. We need some pucks here. We need some rallying by the Anaheim Mighty Ducks and the Washington Capitals. I got them earlier on in a little round robin have some fun parlay I put in there. So both are down 1. Capitals at home against Calgary. Boy, you can't lose to the Calgary Flames, right? I didn't check, just out of curiosity. I'm sure the boys would have told us if it was Ovechkin who scored for Washington. But it was. How about that?
How about that?
It was Ovechkin.
Vinny, give me the goal horn one more time before the break. Come on. Yes! Yes! Look at that.
By your count, he's down to 12 short. By my count, he's down to 62 short. But we digress. So he did it again. Wow.
30 more minutes of this nonsense. 30 more minutes. 12. That's it. Come on.
I bet Cam will be on my side. with that.
Cam's a hockey guy. I can't wait to hear his take. Believe me, you could be right sometimes. It happens every once in a while on the show. We're good with that.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
Every once in a while. Another goal out of the Blue Jackets.
Mrs. Wetzel. Let's ask Mrs. Wetzel what she thinks.
Yeah.
Send her a text.
We haven't talked to her in a while. We're not in the best of speaking terms right now. Been about a month and a half.
Okay. Believe me, we all been there. That's fine.
You know, and I did as a joke.
House. Yeah.
Just as a little joke, right? Just to show the lack of sense of humor my wife has. So in the Sunday local newspaper, there was an article on divorce and selling your house mortgage, right? Full page article. So I said, all right, let's have some fun.
No.
Let's have some fun. I ripped the article out. And I leave it on the counter when she gets up in the morning, just to, maybe kind of break the tension a little bit. So, when I get back home from work, what happened, the whole thing is ripped up and there's no nothing. There's no ha-ha. There's no,
not funny.
No personality.
That's it's not even funny. Why am I laughing?
Yes, it is.
That's not funny. That's not a joke.
Funny.
I mean, it kind of is. It kind of is funny. I mean, at least it sparked a discussion. Hey,
it was so fitting too. Well, like out of all the weeks to have this article, right? I mean, and I had to be reading it, and it was great. Mortgage and
You're
divorce.
one of like 6 people that still read the paper. Really?
I know.
I know. You read the Sunday paper?
I do.
It's part of the routine. That's unbelievable.
Part of the routine. Yeah, I love the papers. I can't believe the papers are they're dying out. I don't know why. There's nothing but advertisements in the whole freaking newspaper. I don't know what is so expensive that people like. I hate reading the newspaper on a computer. I really do. It's I'm on a computer all the time too.
Yeah.
It's right. Yeah. It's not the same.
I don't like it either.
Yeah.
No, it's not. So. It's really not. It's one of those things that kids, if you're watching a show and you don't have a clue what we're talking about, these things called the newspaper. We used to have them. They delivered them to your house. You could go pick them up at the store. You still see them sometimes at the convenience store. You pick it up and you read it. People actually write the stories and then they post it and they print it on this ink and you can take it with you, fold it up, put it under your arm, take it with you to lunch and then discard it however you like. They put in these coupons. It was a really, really crazy thing. We did it for years and decades, and then they just went away, just like that. I mean, you remember looking at box scores. That's how I learned baseball, right? Was the box scores in the newspaper.
In the newspaper, yeah. They used to be the big thing. Not anymore.
No.
Yeah, sad. Definitely sad.
Things
Calgary scored. Fudge. All right, 3-1. There goes that bet. Rangers 5-1 over the Islanders. That's a pretty good one. Well, Florida 2-0 over Nashville. Although I can't bet on the Preds anymore. They're done. They're done.
Off the list.
I thought Detroit and Minnesota. I was a little surprised at the line. It was pick'em tonight. But I will say this Red Wings team, obviously going back before the All-Star break, they've definitely turned things around as well. There's some historically, within the last 4, 5, 6 years, bad teams that are actually playing well, whether it's Anaheim, whether it's Detroit. We've talked about Columbus before. They're winning again. In fact, they did win tonight 6-4. They were over 6-1 last week to make the playoffs on FanDuel. I grabbed a little nibble of that because they're right there.
Yeah. I think they're going to make the playoffs. I really do. It's been fun to watch. Since the coaching change, it kind of changed everything, and they've been in a lot of games. They're winning games that they went on that road trip out west before the break and won a bunch of games in a row. They were dogs every night. That line was surprising that it wasn't higher, right? Like when you saw the Wild only minus 115, I think hockey oddsmakers are starting to realize what you just said. 16-6 in their last 22 right there for the Red Wings. 8-2 in their last 10. 7-3 the last 10 road games. I mean, these are big numbers. So, yeah, it's one of those things that I think we kind of see coming. Talking about hockey every night, we can ask Cam, who's coming on next. I just got a text again from the Thor, and he does not have his hammer, but he says that Cam will agree with you on the goal debate. You think he will?
Yeah, I think he will.
Cam's a pretty big traditionalist. I don't know. I think he'll say. I think he'll agree with me. I don't want to spoil it. We'll see. We'll ask Cam. He's coming up next segment. How bad are the Chicago Blackhawks? They're up 1-0 on the Utah Hockey Club. First period, and it's a pick.
Wow. It's pick-em, yeah.
You can't. I mean, Utah was minus 300 before the game. The Blackhawks have the lead, 4.5 minutes left in the first period, And even the guy running the game on the book says, nah, don't make Chicago favorite. Can't do it. Can't do it. So Utah minus 110. Well, they're watching the show. They just changed it on me. I just went to bet it. Oh, Chicago just got a penalty. Bet it now.
Okay.
There you go. Utah power play.
Yeah.
Minus 120. I tried to bet it minus 110. Bet it right now, Thor, if you're watching. Go ahead.
Yeah, minus
Utah.
128.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that line. It's like, wow, that's who's Utah to be favored by 2-1 change, over anybody, even Chicago. But normally when that road team scores, they're the favorites in a game that realistically should be like pick them, for goodness sakes. And it was only pick them with them down a goal. Oh, that's funny. That's wow. Not the Bulls, but the Cadavers doing it again. Cleveland. Walloping Orlando. I did like them, but I was that close to making that a best bet with the boys on the podcast. And I had it as a best bet, and I changed it. 120-78, 3 minutes left. Well, I tell you what, I don't know if they don't make it in the postseason as far as, winning it all in the Eastern Conference, but they are great in the regular season, Dave. No two ways about it.
You can just make your reservations. Cleveland's hosting Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. We talked about it. I'm going to be gone for a week. You guys will talk about it some more. I'm going to be close to Orlando. Maybe I'll go down and try to catch a game in Orlando. It's been years since I did that. But the Eastern Conference is decided. I mean, Milwaukee's winning again at Houston right now. That's the only other team that I think I didn't like what I seen of the Knicks. Every time they play a good team, they get blown out. So I don't know. Eastern Conference Finals reservations in Cleveland hosting Boston.
Yeah. It'll even the score a little bit, but the Celtics will still be 2-1 favorites. A little more.
I mean, if it's, they're going to split in Cleveland, right? So you have to make it. That's the price. You assume the split. Cleveland gets one, Boston gets one. Yes, going home, big favorite.
Yeah, amazing.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
I guess this is the battle for second place in the NBA's MVP. It's been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He was like minus 250 a couple months ago. Then last month it was 3-1. I mean, it's now up to minus 440 here.
Voter fatigue is a real thing, but there is a chance for him to maybe go on a hot tear, go on a stretch that maybe opens the conversation back up a little bit. I wouldn't say Shai's completely out of the woods just yet.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
You have Duke the 1, Houston the 2. They're the two best defensive teams in the country. I want to see them play for the right to go to the Final Four because I think that would be a kick-ass game.
Duke is really great on both ends of the floor. They can score and they can defend, and that's why they win by big numbers all the time, because they're really good on both ends of the floor. I don't trust Houston's offense.
Pharrell coast to coast, only on SportsGrid. The Eagles got it done. If you back them, you're celebrating. Football season may be over, but the action never stops.
Are you ready for some baseball?
At SportsGrid, we're always in the game. We bring you 24/7 betting insights, expert picks, and real-time analysis. Next big play is already in motion. Are you ready? It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2, taking over at the top of the hour. Gabe Morency and our next guest, Mr. Cam Stewart, who is going to break the tie. So we're discussing Ovechkin tonight, Cam. Scored again tonight, right? So he's theoretically 12 behind
11 to tie?
Wayne Gretzky, right? So, 11 to tie, 12 to set the all-time record. However, we delved a little deeper, as we always do here at In Game Live, and we realized that Wayne Gretzky actually has 50 more playoff goals than Ovechkin. So my question is, why are we not counting playoff goals? I know we don't, but like all other records, it doesn't make any sense to me why we don't count playoff records when we're talking about historical marks, like all-time. Okay, how many goals have you scored? How many home runs have you hit? Well, I hit those home runs. I scored those goals. Why don't we count it? Do you decide on we should or we should?
I think it's more important, actually, Wetzel, to be honest with you. But I guess that's what statistics, they have separate statistics. I think it should all be included. A playoff goals, way more important than whatever. And then we also have to add, but how many empty net goals did you score? That's the issue that I have. Empty net goals. Is that a goal? Like, really? Anybody can score an empty net goal. Like, out of your list, say you got 800 and something goals, they should say regular season, playoff, empty netters. And then we can start judging some guys who have a lot more empty net goals than whatever. Like, and guys feed Ovechkin for the empty net all the time. Let's not take anything away from what this guy's doing this year. He looks younger, more passionate. He's been on fire. And guys, I was thinking about that just before we came on the show. I'm like, what the hell are we doing? Not betting the over when we came back with this stuff. I'm thinking, oh, yeah, you might get it against Columbus and this and that and whatever. But I'm with you, Wetzel. Playoff goals mean more than anything, but that's just not the way things work. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, Wetzel, you win. All right, so 2-1. I said keep the regular season separate from postseason. I like the empty net thing. Gretzky picked up a lot of empty netters as well. Ovechkin got a bunch of empty netters as well. That's fine. All right, you win. How about last night? Winnipeg and San Jose. All right, Winnipeg and San Jose. We sweated that game. I jumped in on Winnipeg and laid minus 130. Wetzel jumped in there too. I almost doubled up when they got the plus 200, and I said, you know what? Just don't chase it. Let it go. I think they're still going to win. And they scored with 26 seconds left to tie.
Unreal.
Empty netter. And then they win a minute and a half in. They win the game 2-1. I'm celebrating. Wetzel, tell them what you were doing. Tell them what happened, please.
Yeah, I bailed, Cam. 5 minutes left. I was looking and looking and looking and looking, and I bailed. I bailed.
Mike, this is the last time with the golf game, and now with a hockey game? Enough, Wetzel. Like, what are you doing here? Like, what are you doing? Are you on a date and this girl goes, I want to sleep with you? Hey, I'm not really feeling it. Like, no, you don't bail, Wetzel. You go in. You go. You get it done. You go for dinner. When she invites you back for coffee, he's like, oh, I don't know if we're going to go for coffee. I'm really feeling like coffee tonight. Now you pull it like a George Costanza here. Wetzel, stop doing that. Like, you guys, I love you, man. Like, we're
I had it twice.
It doesn't matter.
I had it twice. I was ready to go and a half. I knew I was going to lose that.
It's
so
the
I didn't want to
horse.
lose both.
You take it to the end. You
All the
take
way to
it to the end. It doesn't matter if you look. The cash out is not even worth what you're going to get from. Then when they tie it in, I know, Dave. Trust. Wetzel, I do dumb stuff in golf too. I hit the panic button. I go, oh my God! Like, what did I do last week? There's 6 guys within a stroke. I can't hedge 6 guys. I'm a sitting duck. But I sit there and take it. It's like I'm in the corner and the guy keeps on punching me in the face. And I'm like, oh man, I'm hurt. He's giving me more. I'm like, I gotta take it. I gotta take it. Wetzel, I love you like a brother. We bust your balls about the New Balance and stuff. But how are you going to pay for your wife when she's got her hand out when you're cashing out bets? Look at Dave. Dave's going on trips because he doesn't cash out bets. He's got girls in softball. He's no cash out. No cash out. No. The problem with the cash out too is I take it personally. It's almost like an insult. When I think I should be getting like $280 and they're offering me like $96, it's like, screw you. It's personal. That's why I don't cash out. A lot of the time is I don't like the way you've treated me. You're not giving me value for my cash out play. So it becomes personal. Think about the cash out button as somebody who screwed you your whole life, and all they do is take and take and take from you, and all you do is give. I love you, Wetzel.
Not bad.
God, I'm just saying, Cash Out Button's not your friend. He's an enemy. Once in a while, you gotta make a pact with him, right, Dave? But it's something I don't like to do. I don't like to party with Cash Out. He's like a guy. He's like my old buddies from high school. You don't want to see him, and you see him in the bar. You're like, oh, here comes Cash Out. Got to talk to this idiot again. Does he want a loan? You know what I'm saying? He's the guy hanging around the liquor store. Hey, pal, haven't seen you in a while. You got 20? No, I don't. Where have you been?
All right, you going higher or lower on Luka tonight? 30.5 points.
Higher. I got triple-double.
Really?
Shout out to King Ganja on our show. Tune in with Morency at 10 o'clock. Morency will have lots of plays for this game, too. But I am taking the Dallas Mavericks +9. Small play there. I think actually they can kind of linger in the game. Tennis, give me Shapovalov, the Canadian, -135. That match is about to go off. The guy's on fire. He's on a heater. He's won a lot of games in a row. This guy is playing, too. He's very, very good. So it could be a long match, maybe the over. But that's what I'm looking at in hockey. You're right, guys. Let's just take Utah live. And we got a lot of hockey left there. And I'll take Nashville plus on my book. I think Nashville's plus, or are they 2.5 against the Panthers in the third? You know what? I'll take a shot. +2.5, +106 on FanDuel. Nashville to get the next goal line there. Small place. Remember, Scott,
you like to go dumpster diving.
Oh,
you
I
like
love
to go dumpster diving,
yeah,
right?
Why not?
You got about a minute left.
Yeah, the lead scored. Morency.
There we go.
Oh my God!
Give me the goal,
Yes. Live. Hey, Wetzel. Live hockey betting. It is the best ever. Like, Dave, look at the Sabres tonight. The Leafs down 2 goals, 3 goals. This is, I'll tell you, baby.
You got 30 seconds. Can you make a case for the Charlotte Hornets tonight with all them points against Golden State? Thank you. No way.
I need 28 points, not 17 and a half. Sorry, those guys suck. No cash outs.
Over or under?
I'll talk to you tomorrow. Under.
All right. Under. Yeah, I like the over. I do like the over in the game.
What a story, Dave. I didn't mean to say it like that. I like this guy.
Cashed out. Cashed out.
I got it before too, Wetzel. I got it before. Bad move. What?
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
I guess this is the battle for second place in the NBA's MVP. It's been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He was like -250 a couple months ago. Then last month it was 3-1. He's now up to -440 here.
Voter fatigue is a real thing, but there is a chance for him to maybe go on a hot tear, go on a stretch that maybe opens the conversation back up a little bit. I wouldn't say Shai's completely out of the woods just yet.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
You have Duke the 1, Houston the 2. They're the 2 best defensive teams in the country. I want to see them play for the right to go to the Final Four because I think that would be a kick-ass game.
Duke is really great on both ends of the floor. You know, they can score and they can defend, and that's why they win by big numbers all the time, because they're really good on both ends of the floor. I don't trust Houston's offense.
Pharrell coast to coast, only on SportsGrid. The Eagles got it done. If you back them, you're celebrating. Football season may be over, but the action never stops.
Are you ready for some baseball?
At SportsGrid, we're always in the game. We bring you 24/7 betting insights, expert picks, and real-time analysis. Next big play is already in motion. Are you ready? It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live game day here on the grid. Getting set for our NBA showcase, Dallas and the LA Lakers. You know, I wonder what good old Nico Harrison is telling Rob Pelinka, the GMs of the Lakers and Dallas Mavericks. Like, gee, thanks for sending me a broken bag of bones here. And as Pelinka saying to him, hey, let the buyer beware, caveat emptor, right? The old Brady bunch. Let the buyer beware. So funny. That should be a good game. Like I said, I think it'll be different when it's in Dallas. Boy, I tell you what, if you're the GM of the Mavericks, you don't go to that game because they'll be cheering Luka because I don't think they can blame Luka. Oh man, the booing and everything that'll be going on in that game when they play next. I think it's next month. Either next month or early in April. Yeah. They play in Dallas, but in fact, that's actually is in April. But that should be a lot of fun. But tonight'll be good. So. Let's get some.
I'm getting texts and stuff from people right now. I mean, the guys, Eron, watching the show, my buddy Eron, Sean, concerned about you, about the locks being changed when you go home. Is everything going to be all right? I mean, you're going to take the train home tonight and, everything. You good? You're going to be able to get in the house and watch the Laker game?
Well, listen, I got my new 2025 Ram truck. I'll just sleep in a truck. It's as big as a house anyway. So if it's locked, if the locks are changed, that's all right. I got a case of water in the back. I'm all set.
You're fine. I don't know where you go to the bathroom. If you got to get up and go to the bathroom, that's the only real concern, And, there's probably places to go around the house. It's not like you don't know it pretty well. I've done that. There's been times I've slept in the van, and we call it the share van, my big Ford Transit, other car for the house. Yeah, it's a big Ford Transit, 12-passenger van. We drive it around. Wow. The kids on the softball team nicknamed it the Sheriff Van. And,
I like that.
So it's like, hey, yeah, go with Coach Dave, load up the bags, put the buckets in the back. We got room for everybody. The best thing about it, Wetzel, was there's plugs for everybody. It solved all the issues, right? You need, with the current state of devices and
iPhones
things,
and all that crap. Yeah.
Oh, you got to have your own plugins, because trying to get the kids to share, you can charge your phone for the first hour of the trip, and then you have to switch. No, everybody gets their own cords, their own chargers, their own headphones. Trips were great in that thing. I loved it.
Yeah. It's amazing what they put in cars. If you would have told us, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, like when we were kids, even younger than that, 40 years ago, that you'd have electricity in your car. I mean, you'd be like,
wouldn't believe
what?
You. No.
I never in a million electricity.
Wouldn't have believed you. No, 100% I wouldn't have believed you. I mean, think about the Jetsons. When the Jetsons started, remember when we were like, everything's becoming like the Jetsons. It's crazy. Yeah. On the Las Vegas Strip here, they have driverless taxis. Driverless taxis. You just call it up. It comes and picks you up and takes you. You just sit in this thing and it moves you. I haven't done it yet. Would you get in there?
Never.
No,
never. I told you, I was driving. Never. I was driving. I think I brought it up on the show. I think about 2 weeks ago. I saw someone he was in the driver's seat, but no hands. He was on the phone. He wasn't paying attention, and it must have been one of these, driverless vehicles. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Wow, that's nuts. That is just nuts.
I got a neighbor that watches the show sometimes, and he says, I put you guys on when I drive to California. I watch the show in the car. The car drives itself to L.A. He watches us. I mean, but these things on the Strip, I'm going to have to take a ride. If you ever come out, we'll go. I'll put you in one. We'll go together. There's not a person in it. It's just a seat.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. I will say this. My truck doesn't have that, but it does have that goofy, if you cross the line, it swerves the truck back in. So I get how they wait. I hate that. I hate that. Because I'm crossing the lines all over the place. When I'm making turns. It's hard not to cross the line. The whole vehicle shifts to the right or left. It's like, what the fudge?
It's a quick jerk.
I'm thinking I ran over an animal or something. It's just the car jerking because I crossed on the line.
Oh, my God.
So, all right. We got our SGP. I got Luka under 30.5. what great play do you have for tonight? Anything with this game or any other game?
San Jose State at home against UNLV. Home dog.
Ooh,
they're betting UNLV.
Slid that one under the radar
it's coming
there.
Up, coming up at 7 o'clock. Pay attention.
Very nice.
Have a good week, boys. I'll miss you. I'll see you later.